Good morning, good morning, good morning, my beautiful Taurus says, good afternoon, good evening, good night. How y'all feeling? How you doing? I love you guys. Y'all all right? Happy Tuesday, terrific Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, blessed Tuesday, whatever Tuesday it is for you. Just know that I love you guys. Let's get into it. Spirit guys, God, as you give me clarity, understanding this is for Taurus. What is the energy? What is it that Taurus needs to know? What is it that Taurus needs to know? So as I was shuffling Taurus, I saw the Two of Wands, which tells me that you made a choice. You decided to go on your own path. Okay. That's a beautiful thing when you decide to go on your own path. Let's see what else going on in your energy. I love you too. It is early in the morning, so y'all excuse my voice. Okay. I feel as though that, which way, Spirit? Yeah. Let's see. Give me another card, Spirit. I feel like some of you are going through a spiritual awakening, or you are coming out of a spiritual awakening. I feel like you had to do a lot of soul searching, go within yourself to find balance in your emotions. I feel like you were disconnected with your emotions due to the pain that you have endured in your life. Also from a lot of broken promises and relationships and connections of friends and family that you were once dealing with. I feel like these people are no longer in your life. I feel like you are now have set boundaries. You have awakened to how to handle your emotions, how to balance out your emotions. I feel as though that I feel like you're more tapped into your head over your emotions now. I feel like you're not running off of the, you know, I feel like you have become a lot stronger. You're not moving off of impulse of off of your emotions. You're more tapped into your logical side of your emotions, which tells me that Taurus, that you are not quick to be excited. You're not going to be so quick to jump to conclusions or to be so quick to fall for someone. I feel like you're not going to be too quick to fall for anyone that's trying to love bomb you or trying to have intentions. I feel like you thinking now, you thinking before you react to a person that you are going to be involved with or already involved with. I feel like it took a lot of healing to do with this emotionals because you have the King of Cups here. Okay, the King of Cups is representing to me that when it comes down to your feelings, I feel like you can be very gullible at times. If you do not control your feelings, you could let your feelings get the best of you because I feel as though that Taurus, some of you, not all of you, please everybody, come in and take what resonates. But I feel as though that some of y'all really wear your heart on your sleeve. And so I feel as though that you give more of your cup than you should. At least in the beginning, you give too much. And I feel like you're working on not giving so much of yourself, not giving so much of your emotions, not pouring so much into something until you really, really know. So I feel like with the judgment card here, Taurus, is that you had to learn and you had to go back and do some soul searching and you had a spiritual awakening. You really woke up to the fact that I can pour my heart out to someone and I can give my best to someone, but it just seemed like it's unnoticed and it seems like my best is not good enough. So I feel like you had to go back to the drawing board and you had to see what is it that I'm messing, what is it that I'm doing wrong, what is it that I'm giving of myself, which can be too much of myself. And so you had an awakening. You had to go through judgment. You had to do some soul searching and you had to find balance of your emotions. And you know, sometimes we can let our heart overcloud our judgment of our thoughts. And so you had to learn to balance that. And so that's why some of you have had maybe lately within the last couple of months or even the last year you've been emotionally okay. Here recently, some of you could have been really emotions, like your emotions could have been all over the place, like your highs and lows, and you're trying to, that's because your body and your mind was trying to reset and was trying to find balance after going through the spiritual awakening, or why you were going through the spiritual awakening. I feel like spirit guys had to have you to a place, had to put you in the mindset of really learning how to define head over heart. And it's not that you're disconnected or anything like that. When it comes down to meeting anyone or interacting with a man or a woman, all it is that you have more control of your emotions, of your feelings, okay? And I know sometimes it can get the best of us, that, it feels good, it feels so right. And sometimes you can be so excited and you can just have this rush, and this rush of a burst of liking someone or someone liking you, and you're like, on the same page. And it's like, oh, and you find yourself rushing, and then you end up setting yourself up for love bombing. So I feel like the spirit guides, God had to call judgment on you so that you can find balance in your life of your emotions. It's not that it's not that you're being hard or trying to be cold. It's just that you're more in tune with your head when it comes down to meeting someone. So a lot of y'all, some of y'all went through a spiritual awakening, okay, to the fact of you can do all you can for someone. You can even be your best self to someone. But when you realize that the very person that you have been with, that you have shared your life with, that you have agreed to love, that you have fallen in love, or that you were blinded to love, when you realize that your best was not good enough, and no matter how much you shed a tear, it was never respected. And so I feel as though, Taurus, is that balance is very important, especially if you are an empath, because you do pick up your emotions. You're feeding off emotion, off of what makes you feel good. Everything that feels good doesn't mean that it's good for you. And I feel as though that you learned that, or some of y'all are in the present moment of learning that just because it feels good doesn't mean that it's good for you. Okay. Yeah, because it calls you to be a lot of being left out in the cold. This can be due to emotional love bombing. This can also be where it was not reciprocal. You gave all your love, and then you end up getting the tail end of the stick. And this also can mean that you end up being left out in the cold, your heart being hurt, your heart being broken. And so I feel like with this energy of the Five of Cups in the reverse, Taurus, I feel like you have some regret of how you allow somebody to take your feelings and run with it. But I'm here to tell you today that Spirit Guides, God wants you to know, don't regret of the love that you tried to show someone. Don't regret the love that you tried to give someone or to give people. Don't regret who you are. Don't regret it. You are who you are. That's your character. Only thing that Spirit Guides, God is telling you, I need you to get in control of who you give your heart and your soul to, who you give your best self to, who is deserving of your best self. Okay. So, so I feel that's where you had the spiritual awakening at. I feel like that's where judgment call was on you, and you had to. Some of you had to learn the hard way, and I'm sorry to say this, but that hard way had to be an ex or family member or whatever, someone that you interacted with, they had to treat you that way. They had to treat you badly for you to see and have an awakening to who you are, and that your love that you have, the character that you are, does not deserve to be given to just anybody. Yeah, yeah. Your love, your heart, your caring, your giving, your compassion does not deserve to be given out to just anyone. And so spirit guides, God, whoever your higher source, had to get you to a place of realizing that you are not for everyone. And as you are listening to this message, I want you to put in a comment, I am not for everyone. That's where you had to do some work on your emotions, balancing your emotions, balancing your heart over your mind. You know, a lot of you were driven, with your heart and not thinking logical with your mind. You was going off of how it made you feel. You were going off of it felt good, it felt right. I love that feeling, instead of really looking at the signs of your heart over your head, looking at the signs of what's really going on with the red flags of meeting someone or allowing someone in your energy. We live and we learn, don't we? And so you realize that with the Five of Pentacles, that it has put you every time you give your heart or you have feelings for someone, you end up getting left out in the cold. You end up where there's no reciprocity, where you care and you give your heart and you love and you show the person that you love them, and you try your best to, not talk it but show it, and you end up getting left out in the cold. Okay? Left out in the cold, being used, okay, being taken for granted. And you have the regret card here, the Five of Cups in the reverse. Don't regret your feelings for someone. I'm going to say that again, Taurus. Don't regret the feelings that you gave out. Don't regret the feelings that you had for someone. Do not regret that. Okay? You are who you are. The love that you have, you can't have that. But one thing that God or spirit guides want you to change is how you give it. Is the head over the heart versus you used to have the heart over your head. That means that when your heart is over your head, you're not looking at the red signs. You're just going off of what you feel. But when your head is over your heart, you're thinking logical of this makes sense. What's going on here? Let me pay attention. Radar's up. Navigation system is on point. My gut, my intuition is up and running, and that's when you stop allowing people to use you because you are very caring. And when you do that, you have the Ten of Cups. Which way, Spirit? Yes, I want to make sure. The Ten of Cups is clarifying the judgment call. Ten of Cups is clarifying the judgment call. You realize in order to get the equalness, of a connection, whether it's platonic, whether it's a soulmate, okay, or a lifelong partner, or in order to break generational curse of you have to be in the 10 of Cups. That means that the cup has to be equal. If you notice these 2 cups, because when I'm going to show you, if the 2 of Cups come up, I'm going to show you the difference between what the reading is saying with the 2 of Cups and this cup. If you noticed, look at the body language in this card. Okay? If you notice the design on these cards, her cup is ready, his cup is ready. But do you notice that he's leaning more into her? Just a little bit. If you're paying great details to this card, he's leaning in a little bit. That means that is someone that is going to a lot of reciprocity here. That means that y'all are going to create your soulmate equalness. Not only that, but with this 10 of Cups, clarifying this judgment call, that means, and that is telling me, Taurus, that you are breaking generational curse, or you have broken a generational curse. Congratulations. Sometimes we don't understand. Sometimes people don't understand the reason behind healing. Because the reason behind healing is to heal that very thing that broke you, that put you in distress, that caused trauma. And it's just like getting hurt, and you want to heal it and take care of it, and do all those things so that you can recover. It's necessary to recover. It's necessary to recover from brokenness. It's very necessary. And I feel like it was necessary that whoever that was in your life at the time that you went into a spiritual awakening, it was meant for them to hurt you. I'm sorry that I have to put it that way. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. It was meant to happen that way, to get you to awaken to what's going on in reality of your life. Now you're in the energy, Taurus. Now you're in the energy of the 10 of Pentacles, creating generational wealth. After breaking generational curse, you're creating generational wealth. Not only that, you are in the energy of now ready to receive reciprocity. Now you're in the energy of now ready for your soulmate, ready to create that family and to live your life with someone that is meaningful and loving. Now you are ready for the 4 of Wands. I can't make this up. Now you're ready for the 4 of Wands. Now you have conquered. After the 4 of Wands is clarifying the 5 of Pentacles. (11:11). Now you are ready to conquer the world with your soulmate, with your divine counterpart, divine empress, divine masculine. Now you are ready, after being mistreated, left out in the cold, done any kind of way, used, abused, love bombed, you name it, breadcrumb, you name it. Now you are in the energy of being with someone, or someone's going to come into your life that you both will have conquered so much. You both are going to have about the same exact story when you come together. Some of you, it took between 1 to 7 years to conquer this. 4 very significant. 4 years to conquer this balancing of your emotions. Isn't that beautiful when you heal? It's beautiful. Let me get some confirmation here. Spirit guides, talk to me for Taurus. Congratulations, Taurus. You have found balance. You have found balance. And the card came out as lighten up. Okay? After all this work you have done, after going through a spiritual awakening, Taurus, Spirit is saying, it's time to lighten up. Okay? You're being asked to remember that life doesn't always have to be so serious. Yes, there are hard things happening. No, it's not always easy to be here on earth. But you can always find time to laugh, be silly, and have fun. It's so important that you do so. So a lot of you, some of you, somebody has come out of this spiritual awakening, and Spirit wants you to lighten up and have fun. Okay, because you've been through a lot. This was a very hard cycle to close. Was a very hard cycle to go through the spiritual awakening. And now that a lot of you are coming out of it, because you're going to feel the difference of coming out of this spiritual awakening. And now Spirit is saying lighten up. And I know life can be hard, and I know this wasn't an easy lesson, and it's not always easy, you know, and the hard things do happen, and this was hard. This was a hard lesson to be learned. But you can always find time now. And I feel like some of you are now in that energy that you really respect having your time, having fun, living life, enjoying your life. I feel like you really have opened your eyes to really enjoying life now. You know? Oh, I love you too, sweetheart. Yeah, because now you're in the energy of reassessing your life. You have went through the spiritual awakening, and you had to reassess your life. You had to, and this card is saying, Taurus, you're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Notice who and what brings you joy, and who and what don't. It's time for you to do some life cleanup. So that's what happened. And now you are back in, now you are in alignment of your true self. And you had to go through this spiritual awakening to reassess your life and find out whether it was family, friends, work, whoever that you interact with, that they really took your kindness for weakness, and they used you and they abused you, and they done a lot of things, and you had to reassess your life, and you had to let go of people that was not bringing joy to your life, that was not respecting your heart, and was not didn't care for how you feel, and you had to let that go. You had to reassess, and you had to do some healing with your emotions, becoming emotional balance in your life, and you became aligned with your true self. When you done that, you got yourself in order. You got your body, mind, and soul in order. You aligned yourself to your healing. And now y'all are in the present moment. Now you are in the present energy. And it says you're being asked to spend more time in the present moment, to stop ruminating about the past or hanging or longing for the future. Your life is happening now, right now. And when you're not present for it, you miss all its beauty. You miss all its beauty, abundance. And this is where it's time for you to lighten up. You done been through your healing. You done went through the spiritual awakening. And now it's time for you to lighten up and have fun and enjoy life and stay in the present moment so you can receive this abundance in your life. And you're being asked to open up your abundance. Open up to abundance. I'm still waking up, y'all. To believe that you're deserving of it, and to believe that it will flow to you. This is the first important step towards reaching it. Breathe deeply, Taurus, and trust that it's on its way. Confirmation. Yeah, a lot of y'all went through a spiritual awakening. You had a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of insomnia. You were thinking, your head, you was in that negative energy. You went through you went through some sweat. Is what spirit. You went through some heavy withdrawal with the spiritual awakening of your emotions. Yeah, you were fighting it. You're no longer fighting it. You're no longer fighting it. Okay? You're no longer dealing with people that wants to bring conflict, doesn't take your kindness and they use it for weakness. You're done with people with their aggressiveness. You're done with people with their ill intents, with the drama, all of that. It made you just look at, you can't be nice to everybody. You can't give your best self to just anybody. My God. Empress, you gotta know who to give and who to nurture, because if not, you will exhaust yourself, Empress. I'm talking to an Empress or Emperor, however you put it. You are now in the energy of an Empress. You are now in control of your emotions. You are now balanced. You are now in the energy of your head over your heart. You are now in your present form. You are now in your abundance. You are now there. So lighten up. Enjoy your life. Lighten up. Don't keep reminiscing on the past. Don't go too far in the future, but stay in the present now so you can receive what God, Spirit Guides, has for you. And that is the 10 of Pentacles, the abundance. That's what Spirit Guides, your angels, God has for you. Is your soulmate, is your happiness, all your cups being fulfilled, reciprocity, beautiful energy. And that person is going to love you. It's not going to use you and play with your heart. You got the Queen of Cups. You're going to have the King of Cups that's going to come in and going to give you the same energy that you're giving him or her. We have to learn as healers. You have to learn as empaths or healers or someone that runs off of emotions. We have to learn to protect our emotions. You have to learn to use head over heart, because if not, someone will take your heart and will drag it. Yeah, lovers, you're soon to meet your spiritual love. You will soon meet your person, but I feel as though that you had to bring balance in your life. And you could have been with a twin flame that caused you to go into a spiritual awakening, because this person really broke your heart. Now, not only do you got the Empress here, but you got the Emperor. Here comes your divine counterpart. I can't make this up. Here he comes, here she comes. You got the Emperor and you got the Empress. Your divine masculine and your divine feminine. My God. Now that's what we work towards to get our reciprocity. I love you guys. I want the best for you. And if this resonates to you, for you. Please put in a comment. Don't forget to like and share. Until next time, Taurus.